All right, what up, y'all? So, I really tuned in to Monday Night Raw tonight for one reason, and that was to watch the New Day segment, the 10-year celebration anniversary for the New Day. I was stressed out as soon as it started because I assumed that the New Day was going to break up, assumed that I was going to see Kofi and Xavier beat each other up or something like that, and then we just go on, you know what I'm saying? I was hoping that Big E came out. He did. It was great to see him back just on TV again. You know, he's always on the pay-per-view pre-shows and post-shows, stuff like that. But it was great just to see him actually on Raw, you know. Obviously, he's still wearing the suit, you know what I'm saying? As far as I know, he's nowhere close to being ready to go. Or if he might be close, but I don't know. He's just not ready to go right now. But the main part of this amazing segment, this was one of the most insane segments I've seen, I want to say ever, because it took you on a roller coaster. And the best segments that this company can put on are the ones that you can't see coming, you know? I think a lot of people went into the New Day segment expecting a complete New Day breakup. In fact, just like a full breakdown of their entire friendship as we saw their whole argument last week. But what we got was one of the biggest swerves I've seen ever. Because it wasn't a real breakup. If anything, this is a new Day. You know what I'm saying? They can still really be called the New Day. It was a heel turn from Kofi and Xavier on E. And I love a heel Kofi Kingston. That's what I was waiting for. A heel Xavier Woods, I feel like while that can be interesting, I do see more in a heel Kofi. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people didn't really see much in a heel Kofi Kingston when we seen hints of that over the years, you know. When he had the feud with Randy Orton in 2009, I think it was, there were hints of a heel Kofi Kingston. That was an early version of him, you know. So it was always there. You just had to get it out. And he's been a face for, I don't know how long, 10 years, you know what I'm saying? So bringing that all into what we saw tonight and him be able to deliver some of the most impactful remarks to E, referencing his wife and his neck and saying, so what? That man said, so you broke your neck, so what? What? Huh? Like, I was watching the segment and a lot of the stuff didn't even like process in my brain as I heard it, because I'm like, I didn't have time to react. I was just so locked into whatever they were saying, because it just got progressively more aggressive towards E, and seeing the hurt in E's eyes. And then that moment of Xavier, like, I wasn't really surprised when Xavier was saying, like, now you come back. Now you're saying that you can help us. It was Kofi's co-signing of it. And then at the end, when Kofi and Xavier looked at each other and they shook hands, I thought they were going to start fighting right there. But the fact that their conversation, it must have been about just, we don't need E anymore, is insane. You know, because I believe all of us thought that they were just going to break up and go their separate ways, especially, again, after what they said to each other last week. A lot of that stuff, the things that Xavier and Kofi said to each other last week, that will break up a friendship forever. They found the most hurtful things they could say about each other's personal careers and just said it. And then shook hands tonight. I'm like, did they need to say all of that? Like, I can't even... Part of me is like, all right, did they have to say all these things to like get it off their chest so now they're good? Or was it just a ploy to get E to come out so they could say what they had to say to E? There's so many unknowns, but there's so many knowns now. The possibilities are endless, you know? Now, this is merely in the hands of Triple H. And we've seen Triple H do wonders with these kind of storylines, you know? If this New Day storyline can turn into our next Bloodline story, obviously with not as many people, not as many intricate twists and turns, because there's not that many moving parts. We don't have 6 people to walk off of, you know what I'm saying? We only have 3. But if they can stretch this out for a long amount of time, you know what I'm saying? to at least whenever E can wrestle. Where do you go for WrestleMania? I don't know. I was thinking that we were going to do a Kofi and Xavier match, but I don't think that's even close to happening now. So as of right now, Kofi and Xavier are the New Day, and they have to go on the biggest win streak of all time. And I don't know how you get the titles on them, because the Judgment Day are heels also. So I don't know if you want to do a heel versus heel story. And the thing is, Kofi and Xavier might be the biggest heels in the company right now, just off of that. Just off of completely berating E for things that were not in his control. They may be the biggest heels, at least on Raw right now. Because how do you come back from that? The best heel turns leave you like, how in the world can you even go back to being a face after that? And that right there was like, how the hell do you turn from that? A hug and a handshake and a return isn't going to fix that. They came at every aspect of E's life and said none of that matters. And then the remark Kofi made about Edge, I'm like, Edge was going for mad long. And I'm like, yeah, Edge was going for 9 years. He didn't just come back the next day, oh, my neck is fine. Like, what? It was heartbreaking, you know? Last night I uploaded the video explaining what I want to see from 2025 WWE. This is the kind of stuff I want to see. Storylines built off of emotion, off of family, off of history, with no championship involved. Just pure anger, pure feeling. That's how you get people. Because there's no payoff where, they got to win the championship. No, we don't know what the payoff is. We don't know how this is going to twist and turn. This may not be the same way 5-6 months from now. Kofi can end up apologizing. Xavier can end up apologizing. I don't know how you go back from this, because these are very damning things that these two said to E tonight. You know what I'm saying? But oh my gosh. And the thing is, E succeeded. E wanted Kofi and Xavier to bury the hatchet, to settle the differences, and they did, but not in the way that E wanted. And that, I think, is the biggest part of that. E came out there to reconcile the two, because he thought they were separated. Now, it could have been two things. I'm sorry if I sound frazzled. There's so much things happening in my brain right now, because this is my first time verbalizing what I've been thinking since I saw it. And there's so many different ideas that are in my head right now. So it's like, it's all coming out very frazzled. But it's like, this could have been an entire plan just to get E out there to tell him about his life. Or E coming out there and reminding them of all their successes, they could have made that decision right there. They could have walked out saying, all right, we're gonna break away from each other and do our own thing. But E coming out, that could have flicked in their mind at the exact same time. Right when Kofi said, no, what? Right when Kofi took Xavier aside, that is when both of them might have just realized, oh my gosh, we were wrong the entire time. Or when they had their phone conversation or their private conversation after last week, they could have all right, we're going to come on Raw next week. We're going to make everyone think we're going to break up. He's going to come out, and then we're going to destroy him. And now it's like, does E still stick around and try to be their manager? Do we still see E every week? How do you continue this? And now then it comes to wins and losses. And then also you have to think about the Wyatt Six, because the Wyatt Six, their whole gimmick has been, we attack people who turn on their family. So are the Wyatt Six going to attack Xavier and Kofi at some point? And I do, even though I don't like Karrion Kross. I'm not with the whole Final Testament thing. It's just not, I'm not with it. But the fact that they're using the seeds that Karrion planted very early to move all the way here, I have to admire that, because that right there is long-term storytelling. That seeds being planted and then executing. That is the kind of storytelling that I want to see in this company well into next year, because it's all right there. They've knocked out damn near one of the best promos of the year. We got two really amazing storyline promos, KO and Cody on SmackDown, and then tonight. I think this New Day segment is top 10 of the year in all of wrestling, if I'm being honest with you. Because that was pure emotion, pure perfection. And now they could go 16 different ways and we don't know. Those are the best storylines, where they can do something and we don't even know how they can continue life after this. You know what I'm saying? And I'm excited. But y'all let me know how you guys feel in the comments down below, man. How do you feel about the New Day? I would love to see a new theme song. They're probably still going to be called the New Day, you know what I'm saying? But I would love to see a total just facelift of how they look, how they're presented, because that's a huge part of it as well. They can't come out next week jumping up and down and clapping and twerking, all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? They got to show some aggression. And this means that Def Rebel probably is going to drop them a 2-pack of ass for a theme song, but wishful thinking, you know what I'm saying? And let me know in the comments down below, where do you think this is going to go? I'm going to try to drop my reaction to everything happening on YouTube. It may get flagged, so just be prepared for that, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, what a segment. Y'all let me know how you feel in the comments down below. If you like the video, subscribe. If you're new, subscribe. If you have not already, comment down below what kind of video you want me to do next. Stay safe, I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video, man.